If you're not yet a subscriber, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also the little bell icon so you can be alerted each and every time we make a new video. Hey everybody, it's Ira here, and we are back here at my listing at 911 Astor Way. Now, this is an awesome home, and so far we've changed out the faucet inside. We've repaired the cabinet inside as well underneath the faucet. Today we're going to do some upgrading to the curb appeal to this home. All right, so curb appeal is very important in a listing. It is the customers, the buyers' first impression of a home. So we're going to go ahead and bring up the quality of curb appeal on this home. And we're going to do this in a few different ways. All right, so first of all, we have this beautiful pineapple palm here, and you can kind of see it needs some trimming. So we're going to go ahead and trim up some of this, some of these palm leaves, as well as the triple Robolini over here. So this triple Robolini is starting to need some trimming, and we're going to go ahead and do that today as well. Then there's a few bushes around that are going to need some trim, like over here next to the garage. We're going to go ahead and trim up some of these bushes so they look a little more manicured. We don't want to see stuff like this just sticking up, so we do have some equipment that we're going to go ahead and use. And then lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to put a weed and feed on this lawn. So this lawn is starting to get a lot of weeds here, right? And especially over here in this area. So we're going to go ahead and put down a Scott's weed and feed, and by doing that, it's going to really green up the lawn. It's going to take care of all these weeds. And all of this stuff is really going to help with the curb appeal for this home. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get dressed in some jeans and a t-shirt. I'm going to go ahead and get started working on this house. And then when we're finished, I'll see you back at the end. All right, so let's get started. Got some good Stihl equipment, top of the line stuff, so we don't have problems. Got my little chainsaw on the end of it here too. Makes things easier. As you can see, you know, it's not going to be drooping over so much. It's going to give a better appearance for sure. All right, so we're going to leave a little bit of a hangover, but it's cleaning it up nice. So yeah, that's looking better. Got to be careful because these things have thorns on them too. All right, so let's take a look at that, see how that looks. Looking better for sure. Now they won't take these things and as a whole palm frond. They make you cut them up in order for them to pick them up. The people for the trash here in the villages. So we'll just go ahead and lay them out. So we cut quite a few off, and as you can see, there's still some that are kind of hanging over, but at least it's not looking imposing. All right, so that's looking better for sure. I might cut a few more off. I just want to get these out of the way first so I can take a look at it. You probably asked why I do this. I kind of do it because I do it to my specifications, the way I think it should be done. So just from a realtor's perspective is why I do it. Because I don't want too much or too little taken off. So it's hard to tell a tree pruner really how much to take off when you have to kind of do it little by little and take a look at it. As you can see, we've taken off quite a bit, and it still looks like we haven't even done anything to it. I think I'm going to get this one right here for sure, because it's going into these. But I think I might just, I don't know, we'll see. But these things right here, they'll get you. You have to be very careful. All right, the last two here, I'm going to get that one. Let's just take a little look from across the street here. Yeah, so that definitely looks a lot better. You can see the house a little bit better. So let's go ahead and knock that one off. Okay, that one definitely needed to go. So I think I'm going to take just this one off too. And that should be good for the time being. Looks a lot better for sure. So one more here. Yeah, looks a lot better. All right, we'll start chopping these off at the end. I've got my little pruner here. What I'll start doing is just chopping them up. This is the only way they'll pick them up, is if you chop them up in pieces like this. Learned that the hard way. I had a pile of leaves at a house for about 2 weeks. I'm wondering what's going on. And the neighbor told me they're not going to pick that up. So until we chop them up in little pieces, which is dumb. I mean, to me, it's easier to go ahead and grab them, because I think they do it by hand. All right, so this is all I'm going to do for right now. Because we're going to move on to this Robolini. All right. This Robolini's got the same thorns. You have to be very careful of. And if you wait too long and they die like this, it gets a lot harder to cut those things. It's a lot easier to cut them when they're green. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned this to y'all, but the other reason why I'm doing this is because the son who's in charge of selling the house lives in Costa Rica permanently. That's not his vacation home or anything. That's where he lives. So that's why I'm doing this for him. Not only because I want it to my standards, I'm just trying to help him out, save some money when they're trying to sell, because this was his mom's home. And so I talked to his mom when she was still alive about listing her home, and then she ended up staying here and not moving, and then she ended up passing away. So just trying to help the family out for sure. See, this is going to look a lot better when I'm done. You also might think I probably should have better things to do other than trimming up bushes. And absolutely I do, but you know, I do this when I can. So yeah, definitely, especially the way the real estate market is, I'm really busy. But look, you know, you have your priorities, And sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get a home sold. And so that's why I'm out here doing this right now, because we want to get this home sold as soon as possible and get it in as good a condition as we can and get it in selling condition, right? That's what this is all about. All right, a couple more here. We'll stand back, take a look. Yeah, see, that's looking a lot better, right? Doesn't look so sad. Let's go to the back one now. I have one of these at my house too, by the way, so I know what I'm doing as far as trimming up this triple Robolini, what you can get away with on these. You don't want to cut off too much, but you want to cut off enough to make it look like you did something. You also want to get it off the house. This one is kind of on the house, and when an inspector comes by, he's going to call us on that. You don't want any vegetation rubbing up against the house there. So there you go. All right, so that looks good. And then we'll get to the last one here. There. Now, tell me that doesn't look a lot better. Right, very presentable. I have one kind of yellowing one up here. I'll take care of there. All right, so that looks a lot better. Okay, so again, let's step back and take a look. I'll look from your perspective here. Yeah, see, that looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. It almost looks like you didn't even do anything to it. And that's kind of what you want. You don't want it to look like you've really butchered it or anything. All right, so there's those thorns again. You have to be careful of. I'm going to do a little trimming over here on this guy as well. Because that's sometimes when people look at a well-landscaped home and it's not trimmed up, they get the feeling, they get the thought in their minds, oh, this is way more than I want to take care of. So that's why I'm making this video. You can kind of see it's not really that big a deal. like to clean it up as I go because I want to get a good perspective of it, of a job well done. All right. Like to try to keep the thorns one way too for the garbage guys when they pick this stuff up. They can pick it up from the palm frond rather than the thorns. All right, there we go. And a little more housework as we go along. All right, so let's take a look at our job here. Still a palm frond touching the house. We could always tie it up, maybe, rather than chop it up. All right, so moving along, let's do one more of these palms. This one, a little difficult. There we go. So that one looking better. I believe they're picking these up tomorrow, so that's why I needed to get out here today. I had some guy in the last house that I did this to say, why would I want to watch you sit there and trim bushes? Well, you might not. I guess it's the idea that I'm trying to convey, you know, of what I've been talking to you about. I mean, so I guess if you don't want to watch, don't watch. You know, or you know, you might just want to watch a little bit and then just get the idea of what we're trying to do, or watch the before and then watch the after, right? So if you look at the before and after, I think you'll see a big difference. I'll have Christian at the end give us a before and an after. All right, so what we're going to do next is something around the side here real quick. Oh, this thing's got thorns all the way up and down it, not just so you gotta just pick you a starting point here and go with it. Once I can get a opened up area, I'll be good. So you can see this home is on a corner. So we have to make it look good all the way around. All right, so I got a hole. I was able to now we can go. Ooh, these are dangerous. They got teeth on them like a snake that hook up. Maybe you can see that. But they hook into you. You definitely don't want to pull away. You want to back yourself off of those teeth for sure. All right, so a lot more here than I was anticipating. All right. See how I'm putting them all one way? Then I can grab those palm fronds. But here, not worry about dealing with those thorns. Some people will say, hey, I haven't seen any new videos lately. So this is another reason, so you can see why you haven't seen many videos, because this is what I'm out here doing, right? So now you know. Now you know what I've been doing and why you haven't seen many in-house videos anyways, which I do plan on getting back to making here very shortly. All right, so the time has come to take a look at our work. That looks a lot better for sure. I think we're done with that. I don't know if I'm gonna do much else. Yeah, that looks better. So, doesn't look like it was really butchered or anything. Looks natural, and that's what we're shooting for. Okay. Let's grab these and bring them around to the front. Grab a couple more of those. So yeah, you have to agree this is looking a lot better and not as unkept. So this is a crepe myrtle. Crepe myrtles lose all their leaves in the winter time. All right, so it's time, I think, just to switch out my little hedge trimmer. And maybe, I think before I do that, I'm going to just take a little trim on the crepe myrtle. So, there you go for that. Looking better. There we go. Trim that all up. Good. So that's looking better. Let's go ahead and finish this up. Okay, almost there. What I'm going to do, well, I'm going to take a picture here in a minute with this pile and send it to the property owner so he can see what I'm doing for his property. There. You don't want to get it too high. If you get it too high, they might keep going. That's what I experienced that one time. So this is it. For this pile. All right. Voila. Let's go ahead and put this trimmer on, get that going. There we go. I don't know, these little things. I'm not going to knock any more of those off today. Like I said, I don't want to get this pile too high. They'll give me an issue. But I might come back and trim it up a little bit more. I don't know. Still looks good. All right. So now, just a quick trim on some of these other bushes. And we are good to go. It's looking a lot better. All right, so last but not least, we'll get the weed and feed over here on the grass, and let me trim up some of that, and then that's it. You know, we should be looking good for our next buyer. There we go. Much better. All right, guys, that's about it for today. Looks a lot better. Looks a lot cleaner, like I said. It's all about curb appeal. I may come back and pressure wash this area here. Looks like somebody might have kind of pressure wash. Look, you don't use bleach, straight bleach on this stuff, it's not going to look good. So looks like somebody made an attempt but didn't use bleach or anything. So that's why it looks the way it does. So I want to thank you for watching this video. We're going to go ahead and blow this stuff off, blow it out in the grass. But this is what I do. So I want to thank you for watching this video. We've got another one coming up on me doing a little bit of electrical work. Because it's just real minor stuff you'll see in the next video. So I want to thank you for watching these videos. I appreciate it. We'll get back into the office and give you some more good, relevant information here soon. I want to talk to you what I think the market is doing right now. So, but again, thanks for watching. Christian, go ahead and get a last shot of that pile and we'll get started blowing.